Good morning, y'all. Let's see. I believe today is Sunday. Now, whoa, I'm doing 75. I have to slow down. Now, here's the thing. Tank, his engine is so powerful that you really have to watch it, or you can get up to 75 in a heartbeat. I'm on my way over to sit with Marge. I took a few days off while Mary Jo's brother was here, but he is gone already. And funny thing happened yesterday. I was helping Terry rearrange his closet and get all his boxes organized. Now, you guys, anytime I move or help somebody move, I go to Office Depot or Staples, any office supply. First of all, you can call them and you can ask them when they get their shipment of paper. And you know, paper comes in packages, they're called reams. And they come in these nice little, what they call banker boxes. They have handles, they're fairly small, they have lids, they have places for you to write on, to label the boxes. They're very stackable, they're all uniform in size. So with very little exception, this is what I use to pack and move with, because being a single person, female, it's important for me to be able to lift and move most of my own boxes. Now, of course, for bedding, things like that, you have to use larger boxes. But anyway, you can go to any office supply. Once you know which day they receive their paper deliveries, then you can get these boxes for free. You can buy them, but you don't have to. I never buy them. So anyway, I was helping Terry organize his closet and everything, and he had a bunch of not crossword puzzles. He had a bunch of puzzles, and of course, he's not going to put those puzzles together. So I took him down to the rec room, and there were two groups of ladies playing cards. So I just went over to the table that had four ladies sitting at it, and I said, "What card game are you ladies playing?" And they told me, and I was looking at this one lady, and I thought, wow, that looks like my old friend Mary Ann from way back when I worked at the nonprofit, not Bread of Life, nonprofit in Escondido. So finally, I said, "Is that you, Mary Ann?" And she said, "Yes." I was thinking you look very familiar to me too. And I said, "Well, it's Deborah, and we knew each other from the nonprofit." So then we gave each other a big hug and everything. And you guys, I know that Mary Ann is living strictly off of her Social Security, which is not as much as mine. She didn't work as much as I did throughout her life. She was a stay-at-home more with her children, who were terrible children, y'all. They treated her terrible. But anyway, the whole point of this is, you know that the rent on the apartment we're living in, a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, is $17.75 a month. That's outrageous. Now, it is a remodeled apartment, okay? And they always charge more rent for a remodeled apartment. I always charge more on my properties as well. So anyway, we chatted for a few minutes, and I said, "Well, how long have you been here?" And she said, "I've lived here for 6 years." And I said, "That's awesome." Well, she lives in a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, and I did not ask her how much her rent was, because I knew fairly closely. Mary Ann was a very smart woman, and she had put her name on the HUD Section 8 housing waiting list a long time ago. So, HUD takes 30% of your gross income. So for $1,000, she's paying, if your income was $1,000, she's paying about $333 a month. Now I know her Social Security is not that much, but she's paying a third. Now in Southern California, that is not a bad deal at all, you guys. It is very manageable. So anyway, my point is, oh, by the way, I finally put myself on the waiting list 4 or 5 years ago. I should have done it sooner. I still have 3 years, approximately 3 years left on the waiting list before they will be calling me. Now, I keep my information updated with them so that they know how to get in touch with me when the time comes that I would be eligible. You guys, oh, and when you put your name on the waiting list, there is no qualifying. You give them your name, your address, your phone number, how many people are in your family. That's it. There's no qualifying. They don't ask you for prior addresses. They don't ask you for your income. None of that stuff, you guys. So there's no reason not to get on the list. Now here's the thing. You may be fine right now. You may have a good job. I had a very good job. I made good money. I had good insurance. I had Kaiser, by the way, which I absolutely loved. And so I was good to go, you guys. And I dealt with people that had Section 8, HUD, whatever you want to call it. So I was not very smart. And I waited quite a long time. The point is, it doesn't matter if you make $50,000 a year or even more. You can put yourself on the list. And I strongly encourage you to do that. Because you never know. In 8 years, and that's about how long the waiting list is now, in 8 years or so, you don't know what's going to happen. You could become disabled. You could lose your job and not be able to find another one. I mean, there are so many things that can happen to a person in that amount of time. So, Mary Ann lives in a very nice senior community for not very much money, you guys. So, whatever your circumstances are now, wherever you live, every state has HUD. Put yourself on the list. Now, the waiting list could be less in your state. You may not have as huge a population as California does, especially San Diego County. But you guys, don't wait. Don't wait. And tell people around you, put your name on the list. There's no shame. Our tax dollars that we have contributed all our lives are paying for it. And I don't want to hear from one person that you are paying for me to live in a HUD apartment. I paid my taxes since I was 15. So, Do it. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Tell people around you. Just put your name on the list. Now, if they call you and your situation is really good, fine. You don't have to accept the housing. But at least you have it as a safety net, which we all need a safety net. Now, one other thing about HUD is not only are there apartments that accept HUD, there are houses, there are duplexes, many different types of housing. A landlord only has to sign up with HUD when a person is going to move in, and HUD will give you a list of what's available when your time comes. And you can pick from that. Now, anybody that is on the approved housing list, any landlord, once you apply to move into their property and get accepted, then HUD sends an inspector out to make sure that the property is up to standard. Okay? So, yeah, some of the properties may be in not so nice areas, but let me tell you guys, where I'm living right now, that's about as nice as you can get, unless you're living in La Jolla, San Bernardino, not San Bernardino, La Jolla, or, you know, one of those schmancy places. But they have housing in those cities as well. So, get up off your butt, get your name on the HUD list. I don't care if you're 40 years old. You don't know what could happen to you. So anyway, you guys, that's just what I had to talk about today. It's very important to have all the safety measures in place that you can possibly have to help you out if something were to happen in your life. Okay, the sun is shining right on my camera. But anyway, you guys, I love you. Do something fun today, and I will talk to you later. Bye now.